Last week we made a base for your sculpture. It's going to be Day of the Dead folk art inspired. So we made our base, we decorated it with lots of really bright colors. We tried to use organic shapes, and it should be dry. Now you have to make a sketch first, and then we'll start creating the figure that's going on it. And it's going to be a skeleton of some kind, but like artist Patrick Murillo, we're going to use marker or paint to put the bones on. You don't have to sit there and shape all of the bones. So I've got my dog, I call it Bark Ross after Bob Ross. It's a dog with an afro. And we're going to use Model Magic to create our figure. Because Model Magic doesn't store very well, you work with small amounts at a time. We can always go back and get more, but we're not opening a whole bunch of packages at once. And most of you are going to start with white for your figure. So whatever I give you, that's what you're going to work with, and these aren't going to be super huge. So you can take it, shape it with your hands. If you get anything stuck in it, please take it out, because unlike clay, this doesn't get fired. We just let it air dry. So I'm trying to shape it like the dog that I made. For some things you can pinch and pull to get the shape you want, like this would be a good dog tail. Then the legs I'll probably make separately and attach those. So you can always take your clay, roll it into a coil, bend it into the shape that you need, rip off anything that's too much. Of course, my dog's also going to get an apron, so I may make the pieces and add the legs on later. We'll see. And we can always use clay tools to add some texture to this. So for my little doggy paw, I'm going to use a clean clay tool, one that doesn't have any dried clay stuck to it. And I can make some little toes, or you could just stick with drawing things on to get details like that. And part of the cool thing about Model Magic is you can mix colors just like you would if it were paint. So it's the same on the color wheel. If you wanted green, you would take your yellow and your blue, and you knead it over and over and over, just kind of turning it inside out on itself. And after enough, the color will start to mix. Or it could be you like the marbled look. And if you like the marbled look, you can leave it that way and use it on your figure. So to get green, you need yellow and blue. If you want purple, you need red and blue. Orange, then you want red and yellow. If you need something that's brown, then you mix up all three. You have to make yourself orange color, and then you add in some blue, and that'll give you brown. See, now I have a green ball of clay. For some things, pinching and pulling may not work. It could be you have to roll up a ball of clay and then smash it with your hand. And you can use a clean clay tool to cut it to the shape that you need. I'm just pressing down and trying to tear it away, like I wanted my little doggy apron to have a pocket. So I can press and it'll cut it to give it a little pocket. I can stick it on there, and it sticks to itself really well. And I also took the clay and I rolled a coil and made little apron strings, and I pinched it so it can go around the dog's head. And now my dog is finished. Just think carefully before you attach your pieces, because once you stick them on, they're kind of stuck there. Now the eyes I'll draw on later when this is dry. Same thing for the nose, any bone details. It's just the stuff that sticks out that you have to make out of Model Magic. So there's the front. The brush is still a little wobbly. Here's the side. Here's the back.